There we go.
Yeah, no lightning.
What?
Yeah, it should have a lightning bolt going in there.
And it doesn't?
Hey everybody, didn't film while I was taking it apart, and I had everything, buttoned up to be done for the day, and realized, hey, I didn't film anything. So here's a quick rundown of what we figured out. Pulled both the heads off, and our block is fine. There's no cracks in any of the cylinders. Pistons look good. This is our epoxy. It looks good. A little bit of burn from running it after the head pushed up, but the big thing that I discovered was the passenger side head, which is the 1, 2, and 3 cylinders. The freeze plugs pushed out, and the freeze plugs are internal to the valve cover. They right underneath the cam, and both of them were pushed out. So that's where the water came from. So I have Eric is going to order some new head gaskets, some new rod bearings. I'm going to pull the pan, drain everything out, brake clean it, pull all my rod caps, replace all my rod bearings, button everything back up, and then we'll put the top end back together. I'm either going to put the freeze plugs back in the old heads, or we'll pull those heads off, put them onto here. I'm still kind of leaning towards doing that. But so yeah, that's short block's not coming out, it's staying put. It's a great thing, a lot less work. Still, I have epoxy for that guy. We're still going to get it ready to go, keep it as a spare. If we travel, we'll take the short block with us. And so yeah, that's where we are right now, and gonna take the heads off of this motor down to Eric's tomorrow, clean them up, and see what we can do about the freeze plugs. If it doesn't look like it's feasible in a short time, we'll just go with those guys there. Hey guys, haven't been doing much recording. Just been trying to hammer the car out in the time that I have, which hasn't been much. Eric is the man though. He went through the heads, put the freeze plugs back in. They're epoxied. If you guys follow my Instagram, you guys saw pictures of that. I'll throw them in here though, right there. But yeah, hold on, I'll flip the camera around. I got the heads back on. Intake is on. Still gotta reattach the exhaust, get the alternator squared away, that clamp, exhaust on the other side, timing belt, and then it needs a couple oil flushes just to make sure everything's clean. We're going to do bearings on the rods, so that's another thing. We're waiting for them to come in. So bearings, then a couple oil flushes, and then fill the coolant system with some distilled, and we got some this BG product that's like water wetter type of deal. Things that I did while it was apart though was I replaced that guy, because the other one was whining a lot, as was the tensioner, and I mean they're much more free spinning. These were the guys that came off. See, it's just not in good shape. Neither is this one. And just, you can hear it. It drags. So I was wondering, that was the J30 crack sleeve. So that's where it sits. Gonna be loading it up on the trailer here and taking it to Eric's when the bearings come in. We're gonna do the bearings there, do the oil flush there, and then put it up on his alignment rack and get everything straight and set, reset a pinion angle. So that's where she sits right now. Alright, got the pan off, sprayed it down, getting ready to pull the caps, replace the bearings. Eric's been working on suspension. He's doing the front now. He just did the rear, axle centered. We've got The axle shoved back another ½ inch from where it was, so we've got a better clean gap there. But it's square with the chassis now for the first time in who knows how long.
And the bolts are all tight, thank God. Nothing's falling apart this time.
There we go. So he's working on the front now. He's gonna get the front evened out and square. And I'm gonna keep plugging away. I'm about ready to start pulling caps and replacing bearings. That much closer. Eric's got the alignment done. We just changed out the borrowed radiator from buddy Darren to this guy because Darren's was a little bit ballooned and wasn't getting a good airflow. And while this guy's thinner, she's in pristine shape in terms of airflow.
And it's JDM Honda.
So we'll get that done. Eric's bleeding. I made a mess. Gotta put water in it, gotta put oil in it, and we're close. What's up, everybody? Here at Bandamere for IDRC. HTS. There's Gunmetal.
We want to meander back to the area.
Show you guys. So we're ready to roll. Got everything sorted out. Got the new dash in and running. There you go, there it is. Not on at the moment, but it's working. So yeah, I got PFI, HTS. We're about ready to own this event. Alright guys, made my first pass. It was a spectacular first pass on the motor. Went a 991 at 134 and change. My incrementals are really bad and I still went a 9, so I'm pretty happy. Went 443 at the 60 foot, went a 640 at the 8th at 112, so I gotta pump that up. That may be backwards.
Yeah, I'll explain about it.
But yeah, I'm super pumped. I forgot to reset the trigger on my data log, so that didn't happen. But we know I was around 25 pounds of boost. I got to shift it a little earlier. I think I'm waiting a little too long to shift it. But overall, great first pass. We're gonna keep going. Eric's not overly happy with his, but it did go A to B, and it went A to B strong. We're gonna get that knocked out. So yeah, stay tuned.
Ever since we put one of those on the cover, the price has gone skyrocketed. Yeah. Well, they're very unique vehicles. On the drive machine, you'll notice the right side doors open. As of right now.
New best. Sorry if there's wind noise. I keep forgetting to record stuff. I got excited. I'm after 2 rounds of qualifying. the #1 qualifier. There she is. It's probably backwards again. If it is, I'll fix it in editing. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm so stoked. Track is going away. I pedaled the crap out of it. My TPS got down to 40%. But I stuck it out. Made the best pass so far, and here comes the win.
Street bike shootout cars. Josh says, yeah, we're gonna just chill out for a minute.
Fucking smoke the head.
This thing's gonna pull the wheels. Generate some helium.
Fuck it.
Alright, so the last Mercedes we saw red lit. Let's see what happens with this one. Hey, it might start to repair.
Running it dry?
You know, the classic Mercedes-Benz versus Ford matchup.
I would not think
The
that
tale is
would
old
be
as
okay,
time.
but all right. I mean, I've seen that trick.
Big reaction time.
We had a CRS
around
do that
1244.
fastest run of the day.
1240 dial-in. Mercedes is way
It's
down.
early. Just run it.
pounds out of it.
So my meter here is telling me the density altitude 15,000 feet right now. Does that sound right?
That's really bad. It's around with 1364 and the 1340 dial.
So we had a little rainstorm, there was a bit of a delay, and we think on his last run he hurt the head, warped the heads, and was sucking water into the oil. Complete milkshake. So we drained the water, drained the oil, we put in some oil that we could find, and we're gonna make the last pass, just limping it.
Well, he's going to give chase.
We'll see what happens.
In that BMW X5M.
Goes to Keith Oliver. Keith goes 1384, the 1365. Big breakout for Gunmetal.
Quick record. On the buy run, I hurt the motor, put some water in the oil, so with the help of buddies, we drained it, put new oil in it, gonna run, and yeah, moving on. Facing that guy.
5-second head start here. We'll see if he can hold on to the lead or only take down at the finish line.
Alright guys, well it's over for me. It's over for Eric. Hurt the car. Tried anyway, lost. It's all good. Personal best. Best crew. All my friends helping out. It's been an epic day.
It's a great day.
Yeah.
It was an amazing day. Personal best all across the board.
Not happy. We'll fix this crap and we'll do it again.
Yep.
Well, thanks for watching. Say bye, everybody.
Bye.